because folks, Stellar Blade is coming soon. I say emphasis on coming because I don't know if you've seen the online discourse for this one, ladies and gentlemen, but apparently people see those yams. They see those yadas. And they say that her face card does not decline at any store or any country. And I gotta start wondering if booty cheeks are a selling point for a video game, which is fine. I think the game looks phenomenal. I think the game is going to be great. I think it's going to be something that people who like games like Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry, Nier Automata, whatever it is that you like, I'm sure there's something in there for you from what we saw from those trailers. That being said, hell, I think even some of the Souls people will be happy with what the fuck I'm seeing in there, but I digress. There are some people who looked at all that gameplay, they weren't sold. But once they saw that Sony wasn't going to de-yamification her ass or put a piece of tarp over her butt cheeks, and then saw those costumes where they hug her figure just right, just so in case you want to grab your third joystick on your controller, you can play around with that too. It seemed like a lot of people were all in just on the horniness aspect of the game, which if that's you, that's fine, whatever. But what I want to know, and I just want you to answer me this question. Why is it okay for you guys to super simp over virtual ass? Because you say that type of lewd and just absolutely, quote unquote, as y'all put it, distasteful content doesn't exist in the gaming realm. But but then all of a sudden, y'all got super tilted at Twitch streamers when they were showing off some assets.
You want to know why, man? It's just like what I said before. Secretly, they're the ones in the chats. They're in the chat rooms. They're the guys who are going to those like Korean streamers on Twitch who have the like, you know, the camera that shows like 3 of them or whatever, and they're doing their dances or whatever the fuck, and they're like, ooh, so this, I really loved it. Kawaii desu. You know, they're doing some nonsense. They're saying some nonsense in there.
So what you're saying, it's the Voss syndrome. That's what you're telling me.
No. There's no horses involved here. No. That's like.
But no, like being seriously, I just want to know, just why is it okay for y'all to simp for some virtual coochie?
Because they have control over it. Like 100% they have control over like what this character does in this game. You know what I mean? It's just really when this got announced and they were like, yeah, Project P, and they just showed this woman in this like skin tight, you know, outfit doing like possible character action, you know, type shit. I was like, oh, it's a bite off of Devil May Cry because Devil May Cry 5 just came out or whatever. And people were like, yeah, Chinese Bayonetta. And I was like, huh? Like, where do you see? Oh, it's because, you know, Bayonetta makes you horny. This makes you, I get it. But it was like, I already know what this is. They're probably just going to make it like, you know, mid-tier gameplay with like a lot of ass shots.
So here's the thing. Let's just say that's true. I do want to talk about the other side of the initial thing that I had brought up.
Well, let me say this. The marketing is what's like made it so much worse because even the devs, well, first off, the director or whoever it is that keeps like putting out announcements about what's being in the game.
Right.
That's the horniest man you've ever met. You're like, holy shit. This guy constantly is like, yeah, we found this model that was like really, really good looking. Here's a picture of her. We took this model here and we used her to make our character. And then we made some slight changes. You know, we changed the face, you know, and whatnot. But like, yeah, that's where we got the idea for her body to make her like realistic and whatnot. It's like, did you even need, you could have just imported like, you know, 2B's body and then just like took the slider for her butt and then went, yeah, because that's really all that's going on. Like, it's really all that's really going on here. Like, you could have taken like any any character from like I don't know Tekken 8, any like of the girl characters from Tekken 8, and then just add more muscles and add more booty, you know, or some shit like that. Like it's not like they're breaking the mold with the model for this character. It's your average like you know horny waifu character, and we all know that, and they're leaning into it. Which, I mean, I can't blame them for doing that because they know that's going to be the only way for this game to like stay on the map for them long enough for them to make like a shit ton of money. But it's still it's still really like corny that they're doing all this shit. You know, it's like I have Steam, all right? Every time I open up Steam, I see at least like 3 horny games at the bottom being like new and trending, and it's like people buy those, and I know that people buy those, but what are they going to do? How are you going to play the game with one hand? You know, like I don't get it. Like it's weird that this game is like able to do this and be like, yeah, we've got you, we've gotten the crowd, and people are fighting for them. they're like yeah. Because apparently, you know, there was like one of the devs was like, you know, this is a little much as far as like the sexualization of the character or whatever. And people were like, yeah, fuck that lady, whatever. They fired her. And she sucks anyways. And it's like, calm down, please. Like they're not going to take it away from you. And also, Senran Kagura exists. You could just buy that. I don't know. You just buy the last Senran Kagura game to give you your shiny boobs, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Or just replay Estival Versus or something, you know, like it's all right. Like I feel like this is gonna like curtail into like a thread of people being like, and that's why I hate Sony, because they censored all my Japanese games.
So here's the thing. About the game. I think the game is going to be fine. I think the game definitely shows some promise. I know a lot of people, you know, are talking about like from the perspective you're saying from about how the model looks. But I also want to talk about the other side, because there are some people who were jumping all over this game saying it's promoting unrealistic body standards for women, and it's like
I don't care.
It's like who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like who? Like if I see a man with 84-inch pythons and he's standing 7'7", I'm gonna be like, neat. Not, oh man, how can I fucking compete with this fucking guy, man? Holy shit. Like, no one cares.
I mean, some people do, but like, this is not the game.
Those people do not matter to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
This is not the game to like push that kind of advocacy, you know? This game is not going to change society or like break the mold in any sort of way. It's not made for that. It's never been promoted to be that. It's like told you from the jump, it's never going to be that. And you shouldn't expect that from this game. Yeah, I'm sure there's some games that can do that. There's some games that would do that. You know, like I remember, you know, at one point in time, people talked about like how Killer Instinct did that because, you know, I think like every woman in that game represents, you know, all kinds of like different things you could do with women in fighting games. Yeah, I mean, one of them is literally a raptor. So like, you can do whatever you want.
I can't relate.
But like this, you know, it's like, yeah, it doesn't have to. She doesn't have to be like a realistic body standard or whatever. But one. She is because she's based on a real person. It's just that maybe that woman's body type is not like as common as people want her to be or believe or whatever. But like, who cares? It's one character for the game that's made to attract horny people. And like every single day that they give you more like promotional material for the game. Like I saw recently that, you know, they're gonna like let you accessorize her, you know, like change her hairstyles and all that shit. You know, dress up your Lightning, like in Lightning Returns, that kind of shit.
But
you know what this is.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
Because they did say that they pulled some inspiration from Nier Automata, so I have to ask the question. So a lot of people are saying, I can't wait to play this game because it's gonna put all those wokies in their place, and it's like, y'all played Nier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the woke. Neat.
Listen, Listen, they weren't paying attention to the story. They just pressed all the buttons that let
Let the
you know,
hips
2B
sway.
explode.
Okay.
No,
Oh.
the 2B explode so that she's in her underwear, and then they just kind of like walked around. Maybe they fought some robots, and then they turned off the game and they did it again. Like they just keep doing that. They probably never even got to the end of the story of that game. You know, like look, it's ironic that some people would do that, but that's the beauty of irony. That's the beauty of this world. You have people who will complain online and be like, "Oh, the wokies keep ruining my game. They have all these women and gay men making video games and it's ruining it." And it's like, bro, Call of Duty still comes out every year. Like, you're fine. You'll be all right. There's still other games that are going to appeal to whatever the fuck it is that you want. It's okay if some games don't.